Yeah. Clearly. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me now? Can you see me?
Yes, absolutely. I can.
Okay. Then that means we are good to go then.
All right. So are we live now? Are we
We are
live?
live now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we? Where are
YouTube
we
just
straight?
notified me now that we are live on YouTube now.
Okay. Are we going on Instagram as well?
Come again?
Are we going on Instagram as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Mm.
Good, good,
So
good,
now we are good to go.
good, good, good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we are live on Instagram. No, on YouTube now. So Instagram is loading, but we can go on Instagram. People can join us later. Then we are good to go. Kind of. So yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tope Dada, and I want to welcome every one of you to a powerful edition of Mind Over Matter by Men's Porch. I'm your host, Tope Dada, and today we are diving into a crucial topic for anyone to secure their future, which is titled Wealth and Wisdom, Securing Financial Freedom. It's no secret that financial struggle can feel overwhelming, can be challenging to everyone. But tonight we are joined by an expert who will guide us, on how to rise above financial challenges, create wealth, and secure long-term prosperity. Our special guest is none other than Mr. Victor Haruna, a seasoned financial expert and a business strategist who has helped countless individuals to transform their financial future. Victor is passionate about financial literacy and entrepreneurship as well, and he's here to share some invaluable strategy that will really help every one of us, empower us to take control of our financial journey. So grab your pen, grab your notepad, and let's get ready to unlock the wisdom of wealth building. Please, if your hands are not just too busy, can you kindly put your hands together and welcome with us, Mr. Victor Aruna.
Thank you so much for having me today. Good to be here. Great stuff you're doing with Men's Watch. Yeah, good to be here. Thank you so much. How do we dive into this?
Just shoot. The ball is in your court.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. Yeah. To start with, I know that conversations around money. What's going on?
Mm,
What's going on? Have I? I'm not seeing myself the way I was seeing myself. Okay, now I'm back.
no.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that conversation around money is a very sensitive one, and more importantly,
Mm,
it is a conversation that touches a lot of people. Uh, but again, with what you do in men's sports, the last time I was with you in your city, where we were awarding men for their contribution to the society, all that
mm,
they're doing, which I must say that you're doing a great job. Being an immigrant in the United Kingdom and doing all of that, I must say that what you're doing is amazing. Amazing. You're doing amazing stuff and well done for what you're doing. Uh, yes. So, where's my host? Where's my host? Are you somewhere? I can't find you anymore. Where are you? Where are you? Do I just go on? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I just want to be sure that you're still with me. Where are you, the host? Or do I go on? Okay, good. I just want to be sure that you're
Yeah,
still with me.
the ball is in your court. So
Okay.
yeah. The ball is in your court. Yeah.
All right, good. So where do we start from? Wealth and wisdom. Yeah, very great. I would say that the merge that you have done, the combination of the two that you have done in a single event and single topic, is a great combination. Yeah, because again, wealth building goes a long way, and there are quite a number of things that is critical, important for people who truly want to gain financial freedom or who want to become wealthy, that they need to do. So I have been on this journey for 10 years, despite my background in information technology and all that I've done over coming close to 2 decades now around information technology and helping make society better with the use of technology. Uh, a little over 10 years ago, I decided I was going to see what happens within the space of wealth creation, financial freedom, and all of that. And I was the guinea pig. I decided I was going to go learn what it takes to be financially free and do all that's practice all that I am learning per time and see how that ends. It's been 10 years, and I tell you that the journey hasn't been cool, but it's been very, very rewarding. In my journey, like you said, I've had reasons to help people out of financial struggles, and I've helped people to master their money, manage it well, and grow their money. And so, what is wisdom if we'll start with tonight? What do we say wisdom is? So, when it comes to the conversation around money, it's practically saying, what do you know about money and how do you apply what you know about wealth creation? Uh, we can be here and say everything that we want to say, but if no one will take action, if no one will do what they are supposed to do to take them to the place where they're supposed to be or where they desire to be, there definitely would not be any. Back to that again is to say that wisdom is the practical application of knowledge. So if there is no application, if there is no application, we really cannot say that there is wisdom anywhere. So for us to say that there is wisdom at all in any equation, there must have been the practical step that someone is taking. So if we say all that we've got to say on this show tonight, and you will not make a move, uh, you definitely wouldn't see any result. So over the years, I've always said that those who make marks in life are those who make moves. So if all you do is void of making moves, taking practical steps, no matter what you know, no matter what you know, the man who does not know as much as you do, but is always courageous to take steps, will definitely get better result and will be assumed or perceived to know more than you do. So I'm trying to bring the balance to the fusion of the two, wealth and wisdom. So we all know from general definition what wealth is, but I'm trying to marry it with what wisdom is. So uh, uh sojourning or camping with wisdom as regards to wealth creation and financial freedom requires that after this show tonight, whatsoever we're deliberating on, whatsoever we're discussing, whatsoever I'm bringing to the table, someone dares to take action, someone tries to make a move from it. So I take it a little bit further tonight by starting to say that a little over 10 years ago, my journey started in this fair by sitting back to say that how do I break the backbone of poverty? How do I get over financial struggles and the likes of it? I've got a very unique story, but then what appeared to me then was I got tired of some points where you approach people who probably are wealthy in the society back in Africa, and you ask them, "How have you gotten? What are the secrets to this? And what is there any template? Is there anything you can show, either in business or in personal wealth, mastery or wealth creation?" But what we always get back in return for those of us who belong to the religious circle or who back in the days were referred to as church boys, the 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 feedback that we have always gotten from those who probably have succeeded back in the days used to be, oh, it's God that did it, but I have come to realize, or I came to the understanding back in the days, that success cannot be repeatable when there certainly is not a template to follow. So that is to say that even wealth creation or becoming financially free becomes difficult to hand over or to show forth to those who are looking up to us or people or anyone at all if there are no step-by-step guide to follow. And so because we're talking about financial freedom today, and maybe even greater percentage of our audience today are men, and because we're on social media, I know quite a number of people will also show up here to glean from the little that we've got to share. And so here is how I'm going to start it. You cannot afford to be poor, oppressed, and stupid at the same time. Normally, whenever I am invited to have conversations around financial freedom, I'm always giving a disclaimer to say, don't be angry if you hear the word stupid. Don't be crossed or offended if the word if the word crazy comes to the fore while I'm speaking. That's because sometimes the best way to to get you pinched, get you angry enough to dare to take some steps, is to use those sensitive words and those big words. So tonight I will say again that you cannot afford to be poor, oppressed, and stupid at the same time. And this is what I mean by that. That's to say that, yeah, it's not impossible that you inherited poverty, or probably you were born into poverty, or somehow poverty was the thing that you woke up to. And again, it's also not impossible to say that maybe if you believe in the supernatural, or you believe in negative forces, to say that the cause of your financial struggle is probably due to some spiritual oppression or whatsoever. Yeah, you might still not have control over that. You might. Yeah. But again, stupidity comes in. You become stupid, absolutely. If I can say that again, you become stupid, absolutely, if you decide not to take any step about your situation. If you decide not to take any practical step about becoming financially free, becoming wealthy, and you are and the knowledge to do that is at your disposal, then we can practically say that stupidity is on the table, right? So let's take it a notch higher again. So the cure to financial stupidity is financial wisdom. The cure to financial stupidity is for you to embrace the practical application of knowledge, which is referred to as wisdom. So, how do we go from here? Someone is probably at the other side of this conversation today, and you're saying, yeah, my case is I don't know what to do from where I am. And the first point of call really is to say you must identify where you are. So, what is your current position? Because where you are determines what you see, and what you see dictates where you go. I'll say that again. Where you are determines what you see, and what you see dictates where you go. So the question is, in your mind, in your intellectual priority, in your intellectual capacity, or your sense of knowing, if I will put it that way, where do you think you are right now? Are you at a place where you would say that you know enough to be able to take some steps that will lead you to financial freedom? So, before we ever talk of building wealth or gaining financial wisdom, we must be talking about knowledge acquisition. What do you know about the subject of money? What do you know about the subject of financial prosperity? So, over the years, I have ensured that what I teach people are not just what I read in books, but what I practice, what I put to use practically. And that has helped me to gain quite a number of results with lots of people that have been privileged to coach and hold, to from where they were struggling financially to places where most of them have now put poverty behind them. So what do you know? What is it that you consume about money? How many books have you even read about money? Because the first thing, see, one of the challenges that I've seen over the years, that a lot of people want to put their financial well-being in the front of another person. You want to commit your responsibility to another person to help you shoulder. Oh no, it wouldn't work that way. If you must gain financial wisdom that will help you move from point A to point B, from where you're struggling financially to where you want to be financially, you must take the responsibility to acquire the knowledge that moves you from the point where you are right now to the point where you desire to be. So, your state of being financially right now is the state of your knowledge bank right now. See, I know that in some spheres, reading is overrated among some people. Some people, I don't think so, but some people might say, yeah, we've read, and we haven't gotten any result. But I tell you, where you are right now is as a result of what you know. If you know more than you do now, you would move from where you are at least towards where you desire to be. So the question is, what do you know? How are you acquiring knowledge? How are you acquiring knowledge? And I'll give you some practical steps to moving from where you are now to where you desire to be when it comes to the game of money or becoming financially free. If it's clear, I take it a little bit further to say, after having established the fact that you need to acquire knowledge, and of course, back to my introduction, I did mention that you need also, you need also to be able to put that knowledge to practical use. That's how it becomes useful to you. So if you have joined this broadcast tonight on any of the platform where it's been streamlined, where it's been streamed, and you will not take any practical step after now, it's as good as saying you have wasted your time. Okay, let's now go into some practical things. How do I move from where I am right now. Either that I'm struggling financially, or that I want to grow uh, beyond where I am so that it becomes a lot better for me. What do I need to do right now? What do I need to do right now? What do I, apart from acquiring knowledge, what more can I do? There is what I call lifestyle optimization. So if you are not at the place where you are completely stranded, but you just want to, or you are, and you are at the place where you can say that I need to master this thing. What do I need to do? Lifestyle optimization. And that's to tell you that before you begin to look outwardly, you should first look inwards. So sit back with yourself and say, what can I do to move to financial freedom? What can I do to become better with my finances? So look inwards. And by looking inwards, I'm saying, ask yourself, where does my money go to? And cut away all excesses. Cut away all excesses. If I will say, I am that brutal when I coach people about money, and I say to some people, you don't have business wearing what you wear sometimes, because that money could have been channeled in a better direction that will help you to become financially free. Uh, Sometimes some people join the bandwagon of flying business class, flying first class, not because they have the financial capacity or they are built enough wealth to be able to do that, but because uh, of possible comparison with others. So do a lifestyle audit. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by looking inwards. Do a lifestyle audit. Do a lifestyle audit. Check your life. Where is your money going to? And audit everything and cut away all excesses. Secondly, another practical wisdom I'm going to share with us tonight is live on a plan. Live on a plan. After that, you have looked inwards and you have seen where some excesses are going to, or where some money don't have business going to. Ensure that you are living your life based on a plan. And by that, I mean to say that you live your life on budgets. Run your family on a budget, run your personal life on a budget, because anything that is not planned for, any money that is not planned for, is not qualified to be spent. You can see I'm trying to fuse these two together: lifestyle audit, lifestyle optimization, and living on a plan. So when we say live on a budget, it's basically to say live with the consciousness of planning how to spend your money. Don't spend the money and start counting the cost of where, and start counting and start asking yourself, where has the money gone to? No. Give every money, every pound you make, give it a work to do through a plan. Before the money comes, let the money meet a plan on ground. That's how to really begin to look at, how can I secure my financial freedom? Lifestyle optimization, a self appraisal, a personal assessment now from where you are. Take it further by now living on a plan, live according to a budget. And I leave you with this on that, to say that anything that is not planned for, that is not budgeted for, is not qualified to be spent. Back in the days, it used to be my philosophy. And it has paid off over the years. It has paid off over the years, right? So let's take it some notch higher. Those are like 3 points: from financial wisdom to knowledge acquisition to lifestyle optimization to living on a plan and a budget. And I tell you this before I leave that to another point. A budget is not a to do list. I say that always. Until you see your approach to becoming financially free as a personal strategic decision, you will not probably take that so seriously. Yeah. So your plan, your personal financial plan, which is your budget, is not a to-do list. It is a strategic document. It is a personal financial plan. It is a strategic document, just like your businesses having strategic documents, having strategy sessions, having financial plans for the businesses. The same way you should have personal financial plan, right? I take it a little bit more. How can I begin to make money? If you have not started making money, or you are making money, or you're working a job or something and you are not making enough yet, the first point of call is to ask yourself, what more can I do to make more money? And there are a lot of things that you can do to make more money, a lot of things. The very first thing is to sell. And ask yourself that question tonight: what can I sell? What can I sell? See, one of the richest or wealthiest people in the world, most of the wealthiest people in the world are people who are selling. They're either selling a product, selling a service, selling the knowledge, selling one thing or the other. So the question you should be asking yourself is, what can I sell? If I must scale from where I am to the next level, if I must move from where I am right now to where I want to be, what can I sell? So what can you sell? In addition to what you currently do, what more can you do? What more can you do? You work a job right now, ask yourself, what can I sell? Can I sell my knowledge, which you can sell profitably? Can I sell, can I sell, can I sell, uh, uh, can I sell for someone, which is practically possible? Can I sell someone's product, which is possible? Can I sell someone's services? Oh, yes, that's possible. So, what more can I sell? Or what can I sell precisely? Because really, it's in it's in doing stuff that bring money into your life. So we use the word currency to denote money all the time. And that's because the word currency has to do with current. So it currency, it flows. The same way, in fact, that is not an accident to have used the word currency to denote money. And it's because money flows in the direction of value. Money flows in the direction of value. So, in addition to what I've said earlier on, what I'm saying again now is, what value have you got to bring to the table? What value do you have to bring to the table? What value are you trading in the marketplace that will allow someone else exchange their money for the value that you bring to the table? What value are you bringing to the table? So your value could be products, it could be serving someone, it could be selling services, it could be ideas generation. Yeah, it could be technology, it could be anything. The onus lies on you now to sit back as you watch this and say, what value do I bring to the table that someone else can exchange their money for? Yeah, yeah, that's how we make money. If money falls down from heaven, if pound sterling falls down from heaven, if Canadian dollars falls down from heaven, or Nigerian naira falls down from heaven today, I tell you, you can't use it on earth. It will be counterfeit. So if you must make money that leads you towards becoming financially free, then you've got to bring value to the fore. You've got to bring value to the fore. So the question you should be asking yourself tonight, from wherever you're watching from, is, what value am I bringing to the table? What value am I bringing to the table? I ran this up tonight with the last point that speaks to the wisdom that we can glean or that we can bring to the table as we move towards financial freedom. So there is a saying that you've got to become financially free, you've got to be making money, you've got to know how to manage your money, and you've got to know how to grow your money. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. But the question is that I've had a lot of people asking me is, how do they grow their money? Earlier on, I said to move from financial struggles to financial freedom, you've got to acquire knowledge. That is to say that to make money, you've got to first sit down to know where money is or to understand the concept of money and understand it at large. Also, to manage the money that you make, you've got to sit down to know what to do to manage that money. Still boils down to knowledge. And if you must grow your money, you also must embrace the knowledge that helps you to grow that money. Now, I have said to make money, you can sell to make money. Anything, as far as it brings money back, ethically and legally. Sell, offer a service, do bring value to the table. But how do you grow this money? Say, for instance, you've started making money. How do you grow the money? How do you see? No one becomes financially free or extremely wealthy without knowing how to grow their money. You must know how to grow your money. They say that money in Africa, they say that money does not go on trees. That's not practically true because money actually grow on some kind of trees. And one of them, or the chief of them, is that money grows on knowledge. Money grows on knowledge. Money grows on knowledge. So that's an idiomatic statement, by the way. So let's take it further. How can you grow your money? To grow your money by putting your money to work. Money by default does not like to be idle. Money does not like to sit still. And that's why the word currency is used to denote money. Money does not like to sit still. Money likes to move. It likes to move. That's why we call it currency. It likes to move from point A to point B, from the hands of one person to the hands of another person, to the hands of to the hands of other people. Money likes to move. Money likes motion. So if you must grow your money to becoming financially free, you must also learn to put your money in the places where the money begins to grow. So, investments is one of the good ways to grow your money. But the challenge that I've seen with this, if I may help, the challenge that I've seen with this most of the time is that a lot of people want to commit their money to the hands of other people to help them to invest it. No, you mostly won't get it right that way. For you to truly get it right, my counsel has always been know what you're investing in. So sit back to have an understanding of what you are investing in. Sit back to have an understanding of what you are investing in. So there are quite a number of things to invest in. You can invest in a business. You can invest in, of course, the very first thing to invest in, or the very first place to invest in, is in yourself. Invest in yourself, and that's where knowledge acquisition comes in. But again, where can I put my money? Especially in these times that a lot of people do not know what to do. Invest in organizations that are thriving. For the past 20 years, I have been investing in stocks of companies. Yeah, back in Africa, now in Europe, and then America. I have been investing in several organizations and I've seen massive gains doing that. My personal wealth have grown massively through that. So you must, however, study and understand everything you invest in. Don't just put your money. They say put your money to work. Don't just throw your money around. Know what you're putting your money into. Understand the dynamics that speaks to any industry at all that your money must go into, either into business or into real estate or into uh, financial investment or whatsoever it is. You must have the practical knowledge of what you need to do or where you need to put your money. I hope I've added value tonight, and I'm going to put a stop to it here and wait for my host to see if he's got questions for me or if he wants me to go in a different direction, and then I can add that value to the table. But I hope that someone has gotten value from this tonight. So if I roll back a little bit more before my host comes in, one of greater percentage of things I've said today leans on knowledge acquisition. Even though I started this over 10 years ago, every corner of my house today has one book or the other that has to do with money. And I haven't stopped buying and I haven't stopped studying. Yeah, because that's how to grow. To grow your wealth starts from growing yourself first. See, if it's not living in your brain, if it's not in your head, there is no way you can make do with it. See, if anything must touch your hand, it must first touch your mind. And when you feed yourself with the right resources and knowledge, you're growing your mind. And so, for you to see money in your hands, it must have first been in your mind. So, I've talked about knowledge today. I've also talked about some practical steps that has to do with first acquiring knowledge and then going further to to uh yeah, I've spoken about living on a plan, right? I've also spoken about making money selling. I've also now spoken about growing your money through investments, and investment varies. And the question, another question that someone might be asking tonight is, do we consider there are some schemes that some people consider investments? In the grand scheme of things, they may have financial gains to them, but how sustainable are they? Yeah, I'm a very conservative person, so I mostly don't advise people to call some digital assets investments, like cryptocurrency, like forex trading, and the likes of it. I mostly don't consider them as investment. They might be making money, but again, how for so I'm risk averse. I'm careful where my money go to, but I'm steadily, slowly, and consistently growing my money. And if you are risk averse as well, you might want to also watch where you put your money. Good, 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 good. I hope I've added value tonight. And I'll allow my host to come in, say a few things. And if we still need to stay in another direction, I'll be glad to do that tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and for tuning in tonight. Is my host in here? Is my host in here? Are you 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 here?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, yeah, I want to say that was so insightful, and there are so many questions that have been sent to my phone because some people might not want to put them on right there online to ask questions. So I will quickly check them out, then read them out. Although you've really answered most of the questions, and someone said asked a question. Said many people struggle with creating multiple streams of income. Can you
Mhm.
share some advice on how to approach diversifying income sources without feeling overwhelmed?
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for that. That's a good question. So the first point of call is to say that multiple streams of income, if your streams of income rely solely on what you do with your time, you'll burn out, you'll be exhausted, and you get tired.
mm,
So, my counsel will be, if you want to embrace the approach to if you want to embrace to have multiple streams of income, I will say have a strategy that speaks to a balance that does not allow your energy to be depleted. So uh, a practical example is having to run multiple jobs. Say you're an employee from paycheck to paycheck, and you do one from 9 to 5, and then you pick up another from thereafter. You probably will go tired with that. So a very good a very good approach or balance of approach might be for you to work a 9 to 5 if you're just starting out, and to have uh, another thing to sell virtually without having to run here and there. That's one approach. Have a product that you can sell virtually. Have a product that you can sell online, and then work a job, and then
mm,
scale the product you're selling online to another level by adding more product to it, or probably selling on multiple channels online. That's
mm.
another that's one approach to it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I believe that answered the person's question anyway. Then there is another one.
Mhm.
I'll quickly read them out because of time. We'll not keep our people here. Okay. There are five in there's another one.
Mhm.
It says, what advice would you give okay, would you give young men who are
Mhm.
seeking to secure their financial future and
Mhm.
making a lasting impact with their wealth? That person is thinking from a humanitarian aspect, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. If that's the case, so I say to people always that nobody ever gets it wrong with charity. Nobody gets it
Mm,
wrong with charity, except your intention from the get go is wrong.
mm,
Charity is deeply spiritual, and there is nothing you commit to charity that doesn't come back in good returns, right?
mm,
But the practical thing is to feed to feed another person, you must have found a way to have fed yourself and to be able to commit that to the table of other people. So
mm,
there are quite a number of things that you can do to grow your own money, which we have spoken about today. However, there are practical steps that you can also take to now stretch that or extend that to other people. First, you can register a charity and then seek that other people commit to that charity as well so that you can extend it, because really, except you are extremely rich, is when you take from your own purse and begin
mhm,
to commit to charitable acts. But there are, say, as there are strategies to profitable business, there are also strategies to non-profitable businesses, right? So see
yeah,
charity as a business and find the right strategy that helps you to fund the charity, if that helps.
mm. Okay, yeah. I'll take one more question because we this is already 8 o'clock, and okay, I'll choose from these two. Okay, yeah. So there's this one that says, in your experience,
Mhm.
what do you believe is the biggest barrier to financial freedom for many people, and how can you overcome it?
Mm. Yeah, our
Because
topic for
some people sees everything as spiritual, whatever, but at times I believe is more of discipline. So kindly shed more light into that for us, please.
our topic for today, for this episode, already says it all. It talks about wealth and wisdom.
Mm,
The practical thing at all, if we're thinking about it, the practical thing is wisdom. It's just wisdom. So
mm,
when we say wisdom, when I say wisdom, I define it at the beginning to say that this is just about application of knowledge. But it is the knowledge that you know that you have acquired that you will apply. So
mm,
what do you know? A lot of people do not know more than working a job and getting a paycheck. So what do you know about money? The question you should be asking yourself is, what do I know about money? You
mm,
can't grow beyond what you know. That's see is the vital. A lot of people find it very hard to believe, but in my 10-year journey, I have come to see that it all leans on knowledge. So what do you know? What do you know about money? Some people don't even, they know nothing about money. The only thing people know about money is wake up in the morning, go to their jobs, get the pay, come back home, spend the money. That's all some people know about money.
mm,
So go get the right knowledge about selling, the right knowledge about planning, the right knowledge about financial discipline. That's what budgeting is. Financial discipline.
mm,
Go get the right knowledge about lifestyle optimization. Yeah, let's do a self audit. Where is your pocket leaking? You need to find out where. Don't
yeah.
stop. Find how you can make more money by selling or doing any other thing that is ethically and legally right. Don't stop there. Take it further to knowing where to put your money that your money grows from, which is investments. The investments that works for some people might not work for you. So you need to find out and sit with the investment that work for you and with you, if that helps.
Mm. I believe that helps. I believe because I've learned so many things tonight. I won't lie to you because we cannot know everything, even if
Absolutely.
we think we are a guru. Because I always believe that I'm very disciplined when it comes to finances, but with some stuff that I've learned tonight, I think I've had more feathers to what I've known. I want to
Excellent.
say a very big thank you so much
You,
for this
you.
knowledge shared and the insights. And want to say thank you for the wisdom you shared, insights with us today. And it's clear that financial freedom is within the reach of every one of us when we
Ab-
apply the right strategies and
Absolutely.
mindsets.
Absolutely.
Your advice on wealth building, managing finances, and pursuing financial literacy is something that can truly transform lives. And we really appreciate this. And I want to say to all our viewers, thank you for joining us on the third episode of Mind Over Matter. And want to know something? Financial freedom is very important because it gives you respect. As part of what Victor has already shared with us before, give respect gives you your honor. And I want to remember something that securing your financial future starts with knowledge and action, like what our speaker has said earlier. And today you've taken a big step in the right direction by joining this podcast and listening and jotting down some stuff. So stay tuned for more impactful episode next month because it's a monthly um, episode, and it's on the first of every Saturdays of each of the new months. So keep tab. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Men's Porch at Men's Porch. Follow us on our Instagram at Men's Porch, on Twitter at Men's Porch, on Facebook at Men's Porch, and visit our website for a lot of resources that could help you as a man, even young, old, irrespective of your age and irrespective of your gender. www.mensporch.org. And until we see you next time, take charge of your financial future and
Thank you.
keep growing.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you so much, bro.